For as long as I can remember, I've always loved playing games, from the days of Gamebox till more advanced 3D games. As a Nigerian and a lover of video games, I've always wanted to see an African-inspired video game. That led me on my search for African games, and I found a few. However, I started to see a pattern. These games tended to be 2D or at most, infinite runner games. While I was making this video, this game was released. It got me really excited. I just found what I was searching for, until I played the game. I was eager to attempt the Aki and Pawpaw game, which is now increasingly trending in Nigeria. Despite its flaws, the game represents a positive beginning for 3D games in Nigeria. There are a few issues that need to be worked out, as with any new game. The character models could use some work, as they are not quite there yet. It would be great to have more variety in gameplay in order to ensure players can play for longer periods of time without getting bored. The game loop is quite straightforward and not as entertaining. Although I think they could be more improved, the animations do a fair job of capturing the humor and charm of the Aki and Pawpaw characters. The game might be made even more engaging and interesting for players with a bit more work put into creating the narrative. Let's face it, who doesn't like a compelling gaming storyline? The Aki and Pawpaw game is an enjoyable, endless runner game overall. While 3D games in Nigeria are still in their infancy, they have the potential to improve with a little more care and attention from the creators. With a few changes, the game might be even more entertaining and interesting, offering players a fantastic gaming experience. So, I made the decision to create my own game. A game created distinctly for the Nigerian and African gaming audience. One that draws inspiration from Nigerian culture. A game that embodies our tenets, challenges and victories. I had so many ideas going in.
Trust me, keep it simple. Scope small.
But when you're first starting out, you need to keep your expectations realistic.
Make a lot of small games, do not jump into a big game right away.
I'm not doing that.
What's this I was hearing? Start small? No, I was going to start with a bang. So I set off to begin developing my large game. And I quickly realized that they were correct. So I scrapped the project and began a new one. I've always loved racing and guns, and I wanted to combine the two. After about 3 months of development, this game was complete. I thought about releasing it, but I changed my mind as it wasn't something I was proud to release. If you'll be interested in playing it, let me know in the comments. I might build an APK and link it in the next devlog. Now that was over, I decided to move on to the main project. I named it Legacy. It's a placeholder name for now. This new game is going to be an extraction shooter game. Here's how the game will flow. Players spawn with their custom loadouts and are dropped onto the map. The game begins with a set number of teams, let's say 10, each consisting of 4 players. The objective is to be the first team to successfully extract an item. This extraction item is located somewhere on the map, and the team that finds it must pick it up and defend it. Other teams can steal the item by killing the players carrying it and taking it to their own extraction point. This adds a layer of strategy and complexity to the game, as teams must decide whether to defend their own extraction point or go on the offensive and try to steal the item from other teams. Once a team has the extraction item, they must take it to an extraction point and call in an extraction. This is done by interacting with the designated area and waiting for the extraction vehicle to arrive. During the extraction process, other teams can attack the extraction point and attempt to destroy the extraction vehicle. This adds another layer of tension and excitement to the game, as defending teams must balance defending the point and the item with taking out attacking teams. If the extraction vehicle is destroyed, the team with the item must call in another vehicle and defend the point all over again. Now this game can go on for as long or as short as needed. The winning condition is that the team successfully calls in an extraction and gets the item into the extraction vehicle, then holds out until the extraction is complete. Overall, this game has elements of battle royale with a unique twist that emphasizes teamwork, strategy and objective-based gameplay. I spent a lot of time researching the best way to approach this, from the best programming practices to the best architecture to the best game mechanics, game music, the art direction, characters, and a whole lot. Now, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. I drew inspiration from some of the biggest games out there, like Fortnite, Overwatch, and even the new game, The Finals, which features incredible physics destruction, but I've added my own twist to make it uniquely African. I started with a prototype to test out my idea. I used a simple FPS controller with some very basic shooting logic for the player and some extraction mechanics. Everything was going well until I tried to get networking to work. After many tweaks, I kept getting weird results and lots of errors here and there. Time was against me as my self-imposed deadline was approaching, so I decided that was a problem for another day. After a semi-successful prototype, I started a new project, now armed with what I must do to take this game to the next level. I'd been thinking of what to do with the characters for a while, but nothing was really coming to mind. On a fateful day, I was surfing the streets of Twitter and I came across these amazing comic characters by this guy, Meta Knight. I was so impressed with his creativity and style and taste. So I reached out to him, and with his help, we were able to collaborate on the creation of some of the most remarkable characters for our game. Each character would have their own abilities and characteristics. To make the characters even more relatable, we decided to use everyday Nigerian names like Alpha Male with advanced strength and rejuvenation, Jumbo with superhuman durability and strength, and Small but Mighty with invulnerability and super jump. Not wanting to exclude women from our character lineup, we also included Main Chick and her dark alter ego, Side Chick. Our goal was to create characters that looked and felt like the everyday people we encounter in Nigeria, making them authentic and relatable to our audience. Being a Nigerian working a 9-to-5 job, it's not easy to find time for my game development hustle, but my passion for this project drives me to still push on relentlessly, even during the nights after a full day at work. The grind never stops, regards to hustle. It requires a lot of sacrifice, but looking at all the untapped potential of the Nigerian gaming ecosystem, making this dream come to life makes it all worthwhile. So what's next? The plan is to complete development before the end of this year. Making games as an indie developer is really hard and time consuming. Coupled with the fact that I'm not working on this game full time, it will definitely take some time. So this is a shout out to any 3D artist, game designer, C# programmer, or any Unity developer out there that might want to help out with bringing this project to life. I can't pay you, but I can promise you, you'll be part of something great.